Beijing builds mini-Taipei to train troops for Taiwan strike. Satellite images show mock presidential palace, foreign and defense ministries and underground tunnels. Taiwan on alert as PLA practices blockades and attacks. Xi Jinping warns against independence. Will China invade next? Global tensions rise and the world watches as East Asia teeters on the brink. Beijing is taking its military drills to the next level. Satellite images reveal that China has dramatically expanded its massive Zhurihe training base in Inner Mongolia, complete with detailed mock replicas of Taiwan's key government buildings. Analysts say this is part of a systematic effort to prepare PLA troops for a potential strike across the Taiwan Strait. According to a Japanese think tank, the base now features a mock judicial yuan connected to a 918-foot underground tunnel, sitting beside a replica of Taiwan's presidential office, first spotted in 2015 by Chinese state media. Recent construction also includes buildings resembling Taiwan's foreign and defense ministries, tripling the size of the mock presidential compound since 2020. Satellite images from 2022 show PLA forces setting up roadblocks around these structures, while brigade-sized units practiced simulated attacks on the mock presidential office. Experts warn that these drills are ongoing, suggesting Beijing is training troops to overcome even Taiwan's underground escape routes. Maki Nakagawa, a Japanese defense researcher, said,
"The Zhurihe base has been rapidly renovated for combat-oriented training. The goal is to put pressure on Taiwan and warn it that even with tunnels, there's no escape route."
Taiwan is closely monitoring these developments. Defense Chief Wellington Koo confirmed that Taipei is aware of the mock compounds and has taken precautions against a possible decapitation operation, though he declined to provide further details. Cross-strait tensions remain high, particularly after William Lai Ching-te became Taiwan's president last year. Beijing has repeatedly accused Taipei of fueling confrontation, while Taipei has strengthened its defenses in response. On October the 3rd, Chinese President Xi Jinping reinforced Beijing's position during the National Day reception, stating,
"We must deepen cross-strait exchanges and cooperation, firmly oppose separatist activities seeking Taiwan independence and external interference, and resolutely safeguard national sovereignty and territorial integrity."
The Zhurihe base, about 250 miles northwest of Beijing, is China's largest military training facility and has long been used for realistic battle simulations, including amphibious landings and mock-ups of Western and Taiwanese weapons systems. As satellite images continue to reveal Beijing's ever-expanding mini-Taipei, the PLA is sending a clear message. It is ready, organized, and preparing for all eventualities. For Taiwan, the clock is ticking, and the pressure has never been higher. Responding to China's increasing aggression and war games, Taiwan's Defense Minister Wellington Koo told reporters at Parliament that the armed forces are keeping a watch on China.
"We will continue to monitor relevant developments in China and gather any early warning intelligence. We will closely track and respond accordingly. Regarding hypothetical scenarios, I am unable to provide answers at this time."
Earlier, on October 1st, Taiwan's government said China was trying to create the legal basis for a future attack with its misleading interpretation of a key UN resolution in an escalating dispute over who has the right to claim sovereignty over the island. China says that 1971's UN Resolution 2758, which led to Taiwan's expulsion from the body and Beijing assuming a seat at the UN, gives international legal backing to its claims over the island.
Only Taiwan's democratically elected government can represent the 23 million people of Taiwan within the United Nations system and multilateral international mechanisms.
In response, China's foreign ministry told Reuters that no matter what Taiwan says, it does not change the fact that both sides of the Taiwan Strait are part of one China and that reunification would happen. China has never renounced the use of force to bring Taiwan under its control and regularly sends its military into the waters and skies around the island. China says Taiwan is merely one of its provinces. Amid a tumultuous era of global disorder, where conflicts are on the rise more than at any point in the last 30 years, one burning question looms large over the complex geopolitical landscape. Will China invade Taiwan? Regarded by many as today's most pressing geopolitical quandary, the stakes in East Asia are so high that an invasion or other violent conflict could be a potential catalyst for World War III. Here is the crux of the dilemma. China considers Taiwan a part of its territory, and Chinese President Xi Jinping has long emphasized reunification as a core objective, while Taiwan operates as a self-governing democracy with its own government and military. As tensions escalate and strategic posturing continues, the international community must grapple with the uncertainty surrounding the delicate relationship between China and Taiwan. A Chinese invasion of Taiwan would likely lead not only to thousands of deaths, but could open the floodgates for a wider, violent conflict between the US, China and others, as well as a cataclysmic global economic shock. Will China take the potentially devastating step of invading Taiwan? And if so, when can we expect an invasion to happen? The uncertainty around when China will invade Taiwan boils down to a myriad of internal and external factors. China is considering its own military readiness and that of the US, Japan and Taiwan, perceived global reactions, the overall regional military balance of power, and the United States' political appetite for intervention. There's no clear timeline because international events don't follow a predictable script. Security experts and analysts are reviewing the moving parts without a definite answer on when and what type of action China will take on Taiwan. It's like playing chess. We know China's end goal, but its next big move hasn't been made yet. In December 2024, the Chinese People's Liberation Army quietly carried out a sweeping military operation in the Western Pacific and around Taiwan, its largest naval deployment since the 1996 Taiwan Strait crisis. This show of force simulated the interdiction of hostile ships seeking to break a Taiwan blockade. The PLA Navy warships and aircraft simulated attacking foreign ships, while the Coast Guard practiced intercepting commercial vessels as well as blockading Taiwan's maritime trade routes. This massive show of force highlights the PLA's capability to project power eastward into the First Island chain and was meant as a strong message to the incoming US administration. While a full-scale, imminent Chinese invasion of Taiwan may not be certain, various trigger points highlight potential windows of vulnerability or tension in the coming years. 3 years ago, Admiral Phil Davidson, the former commander of US Indo-Pacific Command, told Congress that China could be ready to pursue its goal of taking control of Taiwan by 2027. And if China does go ahead with the plan, it may well turn out to be a catalyst for another world war.